Today I will be talking about and watching a video on the Conor McGregor situation, which has only happened in the last 24 hours of this stream, bro. So yeah, I I do watch lots of drama videos and put in my take, but I'm gonna be doing the same thing here like the other ones, but with this one I know a bit more about it even before watching the video. So yeah, Conor McGregor, lightweight. What was he? Lightweight and welterweight champion. Was he welterweight? No, he wasn't welterweight. Lightweight, flyweight. He was double champ. You know, one of the most recognizable faces in the world of MMA. He was one of the people that really made MMA like part of the reason MMA is like mainstream, because early on it was not. So yeah, Conor McGregor, businessman. He owns some companies as well. He hasn't fought since 2021, since Poirier slapped him up, bro, and he broke his legs, and he said his wife is in his DMs. Dustin Poirier's wife is in his DMs. But yeah, today, in the last, well, not today, but in the last 24 hours, he got leaked, bro. He got leaked. He got leaked, bro. And before that, I don't know how long ago, but recent, not that long ago, he got caught at a beach with another woman. Mind you, he's got a kid. He's got kids with a lady, and he's engaged, bro. For 5 years. 5 years they've been engaged. They haven't got married yet. But yeah, he got caught, and it's not even like they were just to get like she's shirtless, she's in a bikini or whatnot, and like he's full on like with her, like it looks like they're with and yeah, he sent his nudes to a pop artist lady. I've never heard of her. I forgot the name. I've never heard of her, but she leaked it on X, Twitter. She leaked it on her Twitter account, bro. Everything, bro. Conor McGregor was showing his McGregor. So I have not seen the leaks. I do not want to see it, but I have seen pictures of, I have seen the image, but his family jewels has been not showing in the images that I've seen. So yeah. But yeah, bro, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna watch this video, which hopefully goes more in depth on the situation and who the people are. And yeah, bro, let's get straight into it. So yeah, Conor McGregor's Meatgate scale is a crazy title, has melted the internet. It's by this dude right here. Let's check it out.
All right, so Irish presidential candidate Conor McGregor.
Oh, mind you, yeah, he's cooked with the presidential stuff. He's trying to become the Irish president. And I was talking about this earlier when I was on Fortnite earlier. I was just talking about, because I was talking about the situation of it, and it's like, you're trying to become Irish president, You're putting yourself in there to try to become Irish president, right? How are you gonna expect a country to trust your leadership if your own wife, I'm not wife, if your own baby mama / woman you're engaged with can't trust you being loyal to her?
Conor McGregor, has been completely eviscerated by the internet today after he was exposed by singer Azalea Banks for sending her completely
Azalea Banks. So that's the person. So this is the photo.
Unsolicited.
And yeah, it shows everything. Apparently he had weights on it, like he's training it or something.
Pictures of his meat. And let me tell you, when I first started this channel last year, I knew that I was going to cover some pretty wild stories because the world
Conor's
of MMA
cooked,
is a wild place, but I would have never guessed in a million years that I'd be talking about Conor's ding-dong of a ting being released to the world on his literal birthday, by the way. Guys, when
it was
I tell
on his
you that this
birthday.
is up there for one of the most low...
Ilya Poirier realizing what he's got to do next to copy McGregor. Okay, again, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it looks like.
Things that a modern era MMA fighter has ever done, then believe me when I say that I'm not exaggerating. Of course, it's not plain evil like on some War Machine and Joe Son type of stuff, but the sheer level of recklessness on
Okay, he's talking about them doing crazy. This War Machine guy, he murdered people. So yeah,
type of stuff, but
not as crazy as that, but
the sheer level of recklessness on display here from Conor is just hilarious, especially seeing as he did this with Azalea Banks of all people, and I'll touch...
I don't know who is Azalea Banks.
On that in just a moment. So basically, this is how my morning started. I wake up, feed my dog, and then go on my phone to check out what's going on in the UFC space, and the very first thing that I see is this tweet from Banks where she tags Conor directly and uses some very...
Like, how are you really going to... I don't know what that means. Oh, sexually harass me with the photo with a potato farmer D, then threatened me not to tell. Honey, ain't you trying to be the president of Ireland? What is it giving, fam? Use some effing sunscreen, damn. Was he sunburnt?
Colorful language that I'm not going to repeat in this
But I
video,
don't
but
know
the
who
essence
she
of her
is or what
message
she
is calling
does.
him out for sending her revealing
Azalea
photos of himself
Banks.
completely unsolicited. She then made a follow-up tweet almost immediately after.
How are you gonna send me a... What does that mean? Is that Bush? I don't know. A crooked D pics, then threatened her not to tell. Is this the N word? Do you know who the F I am? This is haram. Bro, Connor, bro. Connor, what are you doing, man? You're kids. You're kids.
Where she revealed the actual photos and they were not censored. I saw Conor in his full glory and it's something that I cannot unsee. Now you might be...
And this is part of the reason I don't use Twitter anymore. I don't have. I've still got an account. I've got my Schmegler account, but it's just sometimes, even if, because I know people use Twitter just to watch some explicit videos for some self pleasure. I know lots of people do that. Use Twitter for that. Some people just use it for what they post. But even if you look at clean, like even if you don't really look at explicit stuff does pop up on your feed sometimes. And yeah, bro, yeah, like I would post on Twitter, like say, in the future I might post stuff, but I won't use it to like consume content. Like no.
Asking, doesn't Conor have a fiance where they've been together for a very long time? You might also be asking, didn't his fiance Dee Devlin literally support him financially when he was completely directionless in life and playing video games all day every day? You could as well be asking, doesn't Conor have like 4 kids?
Okay, I'm not sure if how deep he'll go in with the Dee Devlin, his fiance, but yeah, this lady has been with him since day one, bro. Conor McGregor used to be a plumber. He was a plumber. And then he started getting into MMA, and that took off. But he would that woman was there from the very start, right? For the very start. It's not like she just pulled up after he got that, check from the Floyd fight. No, bro, she was there. She was there, legit. She was there from the start. She believed him, and I don't know about the financially stuff, but apparently, this video just said she financially helped him. Helped him financially to get through hard times. And then you cheat on her. Like, this is cheating. If you're sending other people your nudes and you're with someone, that's cheating. And there's been so many other pictures and news reports in the past. Even recently, he was at a beach with some chick, apparently. I said that already. There's been stats that so many things of him being unfaithful, and she's still by him. Like, she doesn't deserve this whatsoever, but I feel like also the reason she puts up with it maybe is because she had kids, but I don't know about before they had kids when maybe he was cheating or whatnot. He was doing that. But yeah, I feel like the money has to do a lot with it, because if she's not with him, I don't know what other, not saying she doesn't make her own money, I don't know. But I don't know any I don't know any business ventures from this woman that she's doing, besides being Conor McGregor's baby mama and, they're together and stuff like that. But yeah, also, I heard a thing earlier that they've been engaged for like 5 years, so they haven't been married. So I'm guessing Conor proposed to her and they haven't got married. Maybe this is why, because he can still do this and there's not as much incentive for her to leave him because they're not engaged. Because, with divorce settlements, most of the time, it's heavily on the woman's side. It's heavily on the woman's side. Like, that's just how that's generally how it is, bro. Especially when there's children involved, it's on the woman's side. And if they do get married and then she does divorce, she's gonna be taking a lot of money, most likely. That's usually how it goes, bro. Usually how it goes. The court system in that case with divorce settlements, I've heard lots of things. I heard about how, bro, a woman became a billionaire through a divorce. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Even though she became a billionaire through divorce. So I feel like that's probably a reason why he hasn't married her because that gives her more incentive to leave him. But they're just engaged. What, she doesn't get nothing because they're just engaged, you know. But yeah, let's continue.
Kids who are inevitably going to see documented evidence of their father being an absolute deviant? The answer to all of these questions is yes. Now, I do not actually encourage you guys to seek out the uncensored
Khabib.
photos because honestly, they're more traumatizing than anything else, but there's one thing in particular that I wanted to say about them.
Dana's Day
In the
15.
second photo that he sent, he is hanging a free weight off of his meat that's connected to his body by a piece of string. Obviously, this isn't
He's
something that I
training.
can show you, nor do I even want
Oh
to.
nah, is this? Oh nah. Oh nah.
But it is
Training
just so
camp. This is crazy.
bizarre that he thought that this would be a good idea. This dude's been training his bendy croissant looking ass dong harder than he ever trained for the Michael Chandler fight. Bro, you have a family and you're out here sending pictures of your Conor Jr.
What?
to
Conor
other
Jr.
celebrities. That's one of the crazier parts of this story to me. It's not like he just sent this to one of his female fans that he regularly cheats on his fiance with, or even an OF girl that he regularly cheats on his fiance with. Like, Azalea Banks might not be a household name necessarily, but I know of her. I've known of her for years now. She has songs on Spotify that have hundreds of millions of views. She is definitely an established artist. And not only is she a legitimate celebrity, she's also kind of a loose cannon. I'm not going to get into the details about some of the controversy she's gotten into, but let's just say that she's very vocal about her stances on political issues, and she's never been shy about saying whatever's on her mind. I hope that I've established the lore of Azalea Banks well enough, because I need you guys to know a little bit about her before I start talking about how utterly reckless it was for Conor to...
Okay, this was a part I don't really know. You know, all the stuff I was talking about with him cheating. You know, the misso. You know, him as a fighter. You know, him being a businessman and all that. I don't know about this. I don't know anything about this lady here. Until I, you know, haven't heard about her until today.
Send these pictures to her of all people. Azalea Banks was the worst celebrity in the world to send these photos to because she's very easy to offend and she's very impulsive. He even knew that there was an element of risk in sending these to her. He literally wrote, "Don't be a rat because all rats get caught." Like, he clearly didn't have 100% confidence in sending these. And then she made another follow-up tweet where she says that
No, me and Conor McGregor have been sending each other unsolicited nudes since 2016. Dang. So he's been So he has been cheating even before, because this is cheating, bro. Even though say they've never met each other, sending nudes in a relationship is cheating. So this has been going on for 9 years, probably even before that. So I don't know about D. Devlin. There's the mother of his child, his fiance. She knew about it, but yeah, that's very bad, bro. Very bad. So what is he gonna do? Is he gonna hit back and expose her, or I don't know?
she and Conor have been exchanging unsolicited photos like this to each other since 2016, and I'm not sure how some people don't realize that she's being sarcastic here, but I guess that's the internet for you. Do you want to know?
Oh. Oh. Oh, that was real. Oh. She's being sarcastic. Oh.
16, and I'm not sure how some people don't realize that she's being sarcastic here, but
I guess I'm some people. I don't know anything about it. I don't know, bro. I was just like, oh. Okay, let's move on, bro.
I guess that's the internet for you. Do you want to know what I think happened? I feel like this was the trail of bad decisions made that led Conor to doing this. As we know, on Thursday, Conor did that BKFC press conference where he was very clearly geeked out on the Devil's Dandruff, and I think he might have seen the generally positive response that he got from fans regarding his passion as a promoter. He keeps the party going throughout the weekend where he's then...
Okay, this is what I'm talking about with the beach just earlier. Okay, so I haven't seen these pictures. So he's full on making out with this chick. Is not his wife. Not his fiance.
Spotted kissing on a random woman at a beach. No, I am not kidding. There's photos of this as well, and he's doing it completely out in the open. And then, because his dopamine levels were so
this guy's such a bot, bro. He can't even. He's not even good at cheating. Like, look it. Not promoting cheating. I'm very against that. But like, come on, dude.
Elevated through a mixture of the booger sugar and internet clout. I think the guy was feeling himself as the weekend came to a close and just sent off this picture without thinking much about it. I am 1000% sure that this photo was brought to us in part by Coke, and I'm honestly really wondering what's going on in Conor's head now that so many people around the world have seen this picture. Also, you want to know who else I'm wondering what their thoughts are on all of this? D. Devlin. Like, a big part of me wants to sympathize with her, but at the same time, I can't help but...
You can't sympathize with her because she knows what she's doing. She's still with him for the lifestyle, because if she leaves... her life's going to be very different, even though she's getting cheated on. And she doesn't have the incentive to leave with trying to win a divorce settlement. And she will probably win. If she wants to get divorced and there's evidence of him cheating, bro, that will just be on her side even more. And she'll get money and then she can leave and get some money. But they're not married, so she doesn't have that incentive, bro. That's the thing. That's why I think, yeah, that's Conor's strat, bro. I feel like, I don't know if he's thinking that way, but I think that's his strat. Because then she can't get him with divorce. Because they ain't married.
this D. Devlin. Like, a big part of me wants to sympathize with her, but at the same time, I can't help but think she has to know by now that Conor
She
gets up to
does.
this stuff on a pretty regular
She
basis, and she
does.
just
It's for
accepts
the
it,
money.
maybe? Because this is not the first or second or third time that there's been signs of Conor being unfaithful in their relationship. I have been hearing
What's
rumors
this?
about this guy cheating on her since he became featherweight champion. And given how much this guy parties and how often he's just like away from his family hanging out with random groupies, I'd be genuinely shocked if she genuinely thinks that he's not doing this stuff on the
Oh,
regular.
she does, bro. She's just in it for the lifestyle.
Could she seriously just be in this much denial, or does she just put up with all of this to maintain her current lifestyle?
Yes,
I want to
lifestyle.
believe it's the latter, but I find it a bit depressing that I don't feel confident one way or the other. I have seen people speculate that they're in some sort of private but open relationship where Conor's allowed to get into whatever and I guess whoever he wants, but I highly doubt that this is the case, seeing as during Conor's recent trial, Dee made a statement where she says that she and Conor already had to work through his past infidelity, so I highly doubt she's fine with him putting his Irish potato into other women. But you know what, man? Maybe there's an element of her just still being in love with the man that he used to be, and she refuses to believe that he's changed as
It has
much
to
as
be
he
for the
had
money.
after
There's
all
no
the money
way.
and the fame. Or maybe she really is just hanging around to continue living the high life, all the while knowing that
High
her
life, for
fiance
sure.
is being a menace both online and in real life. As a matter of fact, I
Connor's
just
a
checked her
dork.
Instagram, and she has been posting photos of them together even after the beach photos, as well as the Azalea Banks leak, so clearly she's standing by him, which, hey, it's your life. If she's fine with turning the other cheek for like the 20th time that he's tried to pursue other women, then that's her prerogative. At the end of the day, these two are not married, so if she splits up with Conor, I don't think she'll be entitled to any of
She
his
won't. This is what I've been saying. This is the meta.
fortune, except maybe in the form of child support. And although I kinda hate the think of the children type of people, but in this case, actually though, think of the children. Conor's kids are getting older every single day, and at one point in the not too distant future, they're each going to have to come to the realization that their dad was being a weirdo dirtbag. The fact that his kids are all in one way or another inevitably going to see this dude hanging a weight off of his dong is actually pretty messed up, but the guy only has himself to blame. This guy is 37 years old and doing this sort of degenerate
37.
stuff, and if he's not already a lost cause, then he's pretty damn close to being there. You can tell that he's embarrassed by all of this too, because he's been blocking people on Twitter who've been
This is Sean Strickland. How do I read this up? Oh my gosh, the notorious MMA blocked you, bro. That's funny, bro. That's actually funny, Sean Strickland. How do I read this up? Conor McGregor.
been making fun of him, and
Oh
good.
my
I'm glad
gosh.
he's feeling a bit of shame over this, because shame is a very useful tool to help people learn to not act like an idiot in the future. But knowing
This guy's
Conor,
a
he's going
dog.
to bury the shame and guilt from all of this under a mountain of blow. Anyways, that's the second video for today. Definitely let me know your thoughts on Conor's Meatgate scandal. Do you think that this is
Meatgate,
going to
oh
be a
my
turning
gosh.
point for him in his life, or do you think he's going to continue down
Good
the path
vid.
of destruction that he's been on? As always, if you like the video, then like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I appreciate
That was good vid, good vid. This is the fellow that made it. But yeah, bro. This guy's such a dork. Oh my gosh. I definitely feel like it has to do with... Oh my gosh, look at my hair. It definitely has to do with the lifestyle, with D. Devlin, because like, okay. Like, even in the video, it said that she knows about it and, you know, they've had to work through his past infidelities. But yeah, she's just in it for the lifestyle. It has to be. You know? I guess he... And then this is the thing about cheating, bro. In relationships, people like, you know, it's like some people wonder, like, oh, if you want to be with someone else, why don't you just leave the relationship? Why do you cheat? People do that is because they enjoy the stability in the relationship. Relationship is like, okay, it should be, you know, we're committed to each other. Okay, we have each other. But people get bored of people sometimes and want something else. But they still want that stability, so then they go and cheat. So I guess this is what Conor McGregor's doing. He wants the thrill, he wants to feel a different woman, but he wants the stability. And also he's got a kid with, you know, children with this lady. So that's why she hasn't left him. And what does he lose, though? Obviously, you know, lose respect and all that. But like, money-wise, he doesn't lose anything. And if she leaves him, because they've been together since the very start, like when he was, you know, starting his MMA career. So if she leaves him, I mean, at least she doesn't have a dirty cheater out of her life now. But she can't get anything because they're not married. And she loses that lifestyle, so she's just in it for the lifestyle, even though she knows this is happening. That's that, bro. There's no way, unless she's that deluded and that blinded. That's the only logical thing I can think of, bro, for me. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, it's crazy. And I've heard other stuff in the past about Conor McGregor, you know, not being faithful, and the wife does know. His not his wife, D Devlin does know because you know talked about yeah, it's you know we got to work through this stuff, so she knows. But yeah, definitely for the money. And some people be like, oh, he changed. Like people change, or like you know people like even lots of MMA fans think, oh, Conor changed after the Floyd fight and all that stuff, or like the money changed him. I don't think money changes people, bro. It doesn't. I don't believe so. I believe the money just amplifies who you really are, bro. Who you really are. Say someone's really nice or humble, then once they get money, they switch up, bro. It's not that the money changed them. That's who they always were. But they just didn't have the funds to show who they really are to the world. That's what I believe. Not saying if, you know, that does happen or money, you do get money and then you change and you become horrible. I'm not saying that you can't improve yourself and stop that from happening or like, you know, make better decisions. But when people say, oh, the money changed him, I don't think the money changed him. It just exposed who he really is. Because if you don't have a choice, bro, if you don't have a choice about doing anything, are you really good? Like, you know, say two people get into altercation, two guys get into altercation, right? Two guys get into altercation. One guy doesn't have the ability to fight for his life. He's scrawny. He's, you know, he doesn't have any skills to fight. But but this scrawny guy that has no idea and he will lose every fight he gets into wants to fight the other dude, but he can't because he knows he's gonna lose. But then the dude he's arguing with, much stronger, much bigger, has had some martial arts experience, say boxing experience, just you know, for example, he's had boxing experience. He knows how to throw a punch this far. He knows he can murk this guy, but he doesn't choose to. He doesn't choose to. So then this is the situation. They don't fight. They don't fight. They don't fight. That's the situation. They do not get into a fight. But just because the scrawny guy didn't hit him doesn't mean he's good. Because he wanted to, but he knew he couldn't. That's the thing I'm trying to say. Having the ability or having choice shows, you know, who you are. But not having a choice doesn't show who you are because you don't have a choice. Like the dude that could flog him, bro, he's a good dude because he didn't do it. Because he could have, but he didn't. He chose not to. But the little guy, he didn't have a choice, so he didn't do it. That's the difference. That's what I feel like with money changing people. You know, it's like, oh, they changed. No, they're just showing who they really are because they have the opportunity to. They have the funds to do that. It's not that they were all good when they were, you know, broke or something. It's just they didn't have a choice, and that's what I think with this. Or like in general, with money changing people, that was always in Conor. Then I believe it's always in Conor. It just got unlocked when he had the funds. When people say, "Oh yeah, the money changed Conor," no, it didn't. It didn't. I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works, bro. That's just my take on it. And yeah, this is very messy, bro. He got his meat exposed on Twitter. I mean, if you're on Twitter, you just gotta be careful in general. But yeah, I've said what I thought. You know, I feel like she's just in it for the lifestyle. She knows what's happening. I guess the only real victims here are the children, because they might stumble upon some images of their father in the future, which, you know, I don't feel like any kid would want to see. But yeah, that's the Conor McGregor situation. That's my take on it, bro. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and yeah, don't send nudes ever. Don't ever do it. Don't send. Even if it's your partner or whatever, don't do it, bro. That's just, it's not a good idea. Especially don't be sending it to random people. Like, Conor, send it to this, you know, this singer, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what? And like in the vid, the guy that was talking in the video, he was like, it's not even like he sent it to like one of his like side chicks or like an OF girl. You know? He sent it because if it was like one of those people, it would, you know, wouldn't be as big exposing. But he sent it to a established artist, bro. Very different. But yeah, don't do it at all. Don't send nudes. It's not a smart idea. If you really want to see it, bro, pull up in person or something. You know. I don't know, FaceTime. I don't know. I'm not trying to give you guys ideas, but actual sending images and videos, don't do that. That's not a good idea. Even if it's if you think they're the love of your life, whatever, don't do it, bro. It's not a good idea. And it's not even the fact of them exposing it. Who knows? Who knows what happens, bro? Who knows? Your phone might get hacked, whatever. There's been a few celebrities, their phones get hacked, and even like, yeah, nudes of themselves get exposed, bro. Don't just, yeah. It's not a good idea to keep that on your phone. I feel like, yeah, I don't know, keep it on a freaking CD or a VHS tape, because then the hackers can't get it. I don't know. But yeah, don't do that, bro. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed my take. This is just my opinion on the Conor McGregor situation, and yeah, hopefully you learned something from today. Don't send nudes. Yeah, and yeah, he's been under influence. Yeah, Conor, he does like to drink as well. So yeah, bro, try to make good decisions, I guess, and don't be cheating on your girl or your man or whoever's in your life, because that's not good. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.